All right, so Zeenat, let's start with a few words about you, what you do, where you are, just so that our participants can get to know you.
Oh, thank you so much, Eva. And once again, thank you so much for inviting me.
My pleasure.
I'm Zeenat here. I'm based here in London, UK. My background is in alternative therapies. I specialize in reflexology and wet and dry cupping.
Mhm.
And I'm also working alongside a direct sales company for the last 10 years. And I'm one of the mastermind leaders in Abundant Results as well. Yeah,
Yes, and you are a success advisor on top of that. You have multiple
exactly.
streams of income and
Yes.
multiple streams of making a difference. I love this. So Zeenat, tell us a little bit about where you were at before thinking into results and what inspired you to invest in yourself.
Wow, something, Eva, when I think about this, I literally get goosebumps in my body. Before I met you and before I even found out about Masterclass, I was operating from a completely negative and wrong mindset, but I didn't know this
Mhm.
until I joined Masterclass and until I joined Thinking into Results. So, where I was before I met Masterclass was about 2020, around August time.
Mhm.
And I attended the Masterclass just like this week that we've had. Phenomenal, phenomenal. I heard this information for the first time in my life. In fact, it all started when I made a prayer and I said to God, God, you got to guide me to something that's going to help me to change my thinking because this is where I was struggling a lot in my life in all areas.
Yeah.
And I was becoming tired of my own self, to be honest.
Mhm.
And within 2 weeks, oh my God, you popped up on my Facebook.
Mhm.
And I was not very active online or didn't really even know how to operate Facebook or anything. And then all of a sudden I see you and I'm like, okay, this sounds really interesting. Let me just see what this is about. So I came into Masterclass completely without knowing what to expect.
Mhm.
And then, oh my God, after those 5 days, I found out and I realized that this is what my prayers were answered.
Mhm.
This is what I needed to hear. And so
Right.
that's where I was, Eva. I mean, fast forward where it took me to, obviously joining the program because that's what my intuition told me to do.
Mhm.
This was the right thing to do, you know?
Brilliant. Zina, tell us a little bit as well about where you were at with your results in your multiple streams of income. Tell us about that
Sure.
too.
Okay, Eva, where I was operating from a lot of fear, doubt, worry in my business. And very much so, my results were up, then
Mhm.
very down, up and down. I was facing all sorts of things like procrastination,
Mhm.
my limiting beliefs. And again, I told you I was so fed up with my thoughts. All of these things were affecting my business,
Yeah.
seriously. So the results were very much up and down.
Got it. Got it. So Zinat, tell us some of your biggest wins so far. There's a lot.
Sure.
Um,
Oh my gosh, yes.
let's go for it.
Do you know something? I was thinking about this and I even forgot to mention one of the results which I will mention today.
Mhm.
Within the first couple of months of joining Thinking into Results, my income started to double and almost triple.
Yes.
And yeah, and this was with ease and joy as
Mhm.
well. Not it wasn't like the working hard that I was doing
Mhm.
before. And this was the amazing part of it because I think I was working from this belief that you have to really work hard for your money.
Yes. Yeah.
And so this changed and oh wow, this was a really big huge result for me.
Mhm.
But then about 3 months into Thinking into Results, I lost my dad
Mhm.
and my elder brother, who is
Mhm.
5 years older than me,
Yeah.
through obviously with COVID and also cardiac arrest. This was a very, very difficult time for me. But I had gained the tools that I needed to help me even through this bereavement time, which when I look back now, Eva, 2021 January, I would have crashed otherwise. I don't think I would be sitting here with you. I don't think I would have had a business. I don't think I would have had the health that I have today. And the life that I have today. If I didn't have thinking into results in my life at that time. And then straight after this immediate deaths of two very close people to me in my life, I went into a court case. And this court case was very difficult because I was a victim of the crime. And I had not a clue where to start with this court case. But then things like ideas came to my mind, mentoring from you and the team. When you shared stories about how other people had actually, got the results with court cases, this gave me so much confidence that I can do it. And because I didn't want to see the perpetrator in the court case, I was wishing and hoping that it never takes place. And you know something, Eva? 6 months later, that's exactly what happened.
It dissolved.
It dissolved. Yeah, absolutely. So I didn't have to go through those things, which was a miracle. Seriously. Straight after court case, I went into long COVID. And I caught long COVID because I actually visited a client whose family member was sick, and I wasn't informed of this in advance. So I entered an environment where there was COVID, and within 36 hours, I was literally in bed. Wasn't able to do anything, wasn't able to eat or anything. Doctors were so worried about me. They wanted to put me in hospital, and I refused because obviously I saw my dad leaving in that way.
That's right.
I was not prepared to go. But again, I can't believe it. When I spoke with you and you gave me the mentoring around this, oh, wow. And the team support, the community support, how everybody wished me well. Even though I was in bed, I didn't feel alone. I felt I was surrounded with people who loved me and wanted the best for me, and which was just amazing. And I actually came out of long COVID about a month later, out of bed with some crutches initially, and then another month or so with all the tools that I know about health. I put them into place as well. And roughly about 2 to 3 months later, I was clear of it, which again, another person without tools would have been struggling or would have ended up in the hospital. And then, the worst case scenario could have happened. But there was that one point when I was in my bed, Eva, and I was going into some deep sleep. Okay. It was something very, I've never experienced that kind of way before, but it wasn't a sleep like a normal sleep. I felt I was actually going somewhere, but I could only remember what you were telling me, what you mentored me. Those voices echoed in my mind, and for some reason I came back. So, Eva, seriously.
I haunt you even in your secrets. It's good.
Funny.
It's good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And so those results, honestly, and something, Eva, all these things impacted one after another.
That's right. Yeah.
There wasn't a gap. Now, oh my God, when I look back now and I'm thinking, did I really go through that? And did I really go through that with the ease that I went through? Yes, it was difficult. The challenges were there, but had I not been in thinking into results, hands on my heart, I really don't think I would be here speaking to you. Yeah.
Wow. Well, Zeenat, this is like, that's why, that's why I wanted to share your story, because I know a lot of participants are here to grow their business, but for me, this is a toolbox that helps you face challenges and not go down with them, right? I mean, these three situations, they're really, really unexpected and severe.
Yes.
And they came right after another, and just using the tools, you managed to stay calm and you managed to get over them. And in all of that, you also won some trips right after in your, tell us
Wow.
a little bit about this. Like you actually, like you exploded your business, you won some trips, you took your daughter there.
Yeah. I
Good
mean,
stuff
let me,
happened.
this was really amazing. Seriously. You know, I've been in my direct sales business nearly 10 years. It took me nearly 10 years to earn my first trip without thinking into results. 10 years.
Wow.
That was Greece in 2020. I earned this just before thinking into results, but it took me 10 years to earn it. But
Wow.
it literally took me some weeks to earn my second trip.
That's
I
a
mean, seriously.
different Zeenat.
Oh my God. And with so much ease, so much confidence. And there was a special teaching that you gave us in one of the mentoring sessions. Oh my God. When I implemented this, it within about, I think, 7 weeks, I earned that trip.
Beautiful. How was it? How was it to take
Oh my
your family with
gosh.
you?
I took my daughter with me to Croatia for 5 days. And the reason why this was a very special trip for me was that during lockdown, my daughter was studying in police academy, and she had to stay away for 2 years while she was doing her probationary, and she had to live in near accommodation near the police station where she was situated. So it kind of stopped us seeing her enough, you know, and she was avoiding this restrictions on the travel. So we hardly saw her for 2 years. And so when this trip came about, I wanted to take her and celebrate her and congratulating her with her success and her sacrifices that she made. And now she's she's in a good place.
Beautiful.
And this was such a beautiful time, and she really enjoyed it. And it was all 5-star, all paid for, and it was beautiful. It was really magical, seriously.
Oh, but Zeenat, there was something that you said at the start that you became aware of another win that you never shared. Share
Yes,
that?
I need to share that with you. Well, you see, now the thing is that we don't know how thinking into results will ripple out the
That's right.
effect of
Yeah.
it into other people. And I kind of 2021, even though whilst I was going through bereavement court case, I was trying to help other people, and it literally fell into my lap. So let me share with you what that means. I have raised almost 30K in charity in these last 2 years. And let me share with you what that impacted in other people's lives. One is a lovely friend who had a motorcycle accident with a huge van, was thrown away somewhere, literally found by somebody, and ended up in hospital with literally steel rods in his legs, right? And he was an accountant by profession. So you know, pretty much like you,
Yeah.
where you were before. And this guy lost everything. He lost his home, his job. He was literally thrown off onto the streets. And when he said to me, Zeenat, can you help me with some painkillers? And I said, what is painkillers going to do for you? That's only going to give you a temporary relief, right?
Yeah.
And I thought my thinking brains came on, and I gathered some people together, some friends and everybody I messaged. I said, look, we need to save this person's life. We raised that money. We got all the operations done for him. Today, He's completely walking normally, whereas the doctors before said that he was at risk of amputation and his life was at risk. But he is also found, and he has been reunited with his mother that he had not seen since the age of 4.
Beautiful.
And this all happened because he lived through this accident. And look at this, look at the miracle of this. Last year, he got married to the nurse who looked after him in the hospital.
Oh, the best story ever.
And listen, next month, he is expecting twins.
Oh, so good.
Now look at the
So good.
rippling effect
Yeah.
of all of this.
Yeah.
And then another situation, 16 orphan children are being housed, fed, clothed, educated, all because some friends of mine are contributing regularly and raising these people up. And look at the beautiful thing about this. The founder of the orphanage has gone through your masterclass.
Woo!
And listen to this. We
Beautiful.
raised enough money to raise some, donate some beautiful things and things like sewing machines so they can start earning their income. And now his little store is earning enough income to send 2 of those lovely orphans to school.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
he's even putting
Beautiful.
TIR into practice.
Yeah.
You see?
So listen, I mean, I'm just so blown away that, you in the middle of all these challenging situations, not only you went through them empowered and calm as possible as it was, you also made a difference in the middle of all of that. That is just phenomenal, Zeenat. So congratulations. This is so
Thank
beautiful.
you.
And listen, I always want to ask what do you feel is the biggest transformation within you? How have you transformed as a person?
Oh my gosh, Eva, you taught me how to dream again. Do you know something? Until masterclass, and I might get quite emotional about this, going through so many traumas and the way I was thinking, the way I was operating, I had forgotten to dream.
Yeah.
And now I can dream again. And that hope is everything that I have to really live a beautiful life, starting from the mind. And then I know it's going to be happening in the physical world as well.
Love it. And not only that, you're also helping others do the same. This is so good. Beautiful, Zeenat. So Zeenat, when you were making a decision to invest in yourself, what was happening in your mind or in your circumstances that tried to pull you away? And how did you make the right decision anyway?
This is such a great question, Eva, because obviously we've got participants, in the same position today, So when I came through the 5-day masterclass, I knew deep down inside, my intuition told me this is it. Okay. Now I had a choice to make. I had a choice to invest in a car that I had just lost prior to lockdown with a really freak accident. And I lost my car completely, got taken away, towed away. Or do I invest in my mind? And I tell you something, if I did not invest in my mind, again, I wouldn't be here talking about this. So then the decision was, what do I do next? I didn't have all the money, the full money for the TIR. So I had to make a choice. Do I make this decision to pay the deposit? And do I speak to anybody about it?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I did not speak to anybody about it. And the reason why, I was trying to really protect my mind.
Yeah.
From any influences, from any opinions, from family, my husband, or friends. Okay. So I did this very secretly. And it was between me and you and God.
Yeah.
So I decided that I will invest, and I didn't tell my husband about it, but later on he did find out about it when the results started happening. And this was it.
Choice.
Yes,
Tell
this
him
was,
when he sees the return on investment.
yeah, the return on investment. And also, Eva, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
I operate differently, and I think he's seeing that, and the family is
Yeah.
seeing that.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, that when you are thinking about investment into thinking into results, is not just for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to impact, ripple out. In fact, the impact's going to be rippling out to your members of your family, your husband, your wife, your parents, anyone that you come in contact with.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that you need to realize, that this investment, yes, you may think, okay, I'm going to organize the money, but this is not just for your business results. It's going to impact in parts of your life that you never even imagined.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, I think everybody needs to keep this in mind when making this decision, is don't sit on the fence. Life is just going by. Time is just flying by.
Yeah.
I mean, this month of Ramadan, 30 days just flew by. I just don't know where it went. But the thing that really, I had a aha moment yesterday, which I want to share with you. If I can bring my stick person on board, is that okay,
You
Eva?
can, no problem.
Okay, so I was thinking yesterday that this is where I was operating from.
Yeah.
Before thinking into results. And if this is where 95% of results were happening,
Mm-hmm.
and my results were not great,
Mm-hmm.
then this is what needs changing.
That's right.
Now, if this is correct, that between the ages of 0 and 7, we are observing everything around us. Our parents and our, whoever's looking after us, the kindergarten teacher and everybody, we are setting up this program already here,
Mm-hmm.
which is running our lives.
Yes.
Now, if you are not doing thinking into result, you are running on another person's opinion and everything that you observed in the ages of 0 to 7. You are not running your program.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is it. If you want the real life, your real goals and desires to happen, this has to change
Mm-hmm.
to make it into your own program.
That's so beautiful. And some of these thinking and behavioral habits are good. They brought us to where we are, but there is some that literally are blocking us from the prosperity and love and health that we desire. So this is the ones that we want to discover and uncover and change. So Zeenat, my final question for you. We have a lot of participants here.
Yeah.
Watching us, and probably part of them is like, yes, I feel this can help me, and then maybe the mind is in the way, maybe environment is in the way, circumstances were in the way. What would you say to them, how to make the best decision that will help them fulfill their goals? What should they do?
Sure. Well, first of all, this is your life and not anybody else's life. And you got to listen to the intuition. That's your inner guidance. That's the universe or God, if you believe in God, guiding you to it. This is the solution. And the thing is, you are on this masterclass and you've stuck it out the 5 days because there is some pain going on in your life, whether it's business, income, personal, or maybe you're looking for that ideal partner and you haven't found that person yet, maybe, or some health issue. And all this time you are in pain. Now, the decision is, do you want to continue in pain? And how much longer? Don't you feel that you deserve to come off that fence now and jump so that you can let go of that pain and transform your life? And like I told you, you're operating on somebody else's program. Start changing that program and see the results for yourself. I mean, all of the people that you're hearing in the testimonials, we're speaking from heart, you know, and we are speaking because we're experiencing this. We are on the other side, and you won't see this until you are actually on the other side. And you know, I didn't tell my husband about it, or my friends or family, because I didn't want the no's to come into affect my decision. And so I would say, you know, if you are nearly there and you still got a little bit to go before you jump off, I want you to think to yourself, where are you going to be in 6 months' time, a year's time, or maybe even 5 years' time? Because you know what, time is just going so fast.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been speaking to some participants during this masterclass. Some amazing people have come through this masterclass. But if you're stuck, you need to make that decision. Nothing is going to get better until that decision happens. And you know something? Life is going to happen to you too, like it did to me. But if I didn't have the tools and if I wasn't prepared, I don't think I would have come through the last couple of years as well as I have. And probably, well, I know for sure I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you.
Yeah.
So make that decision, change your life. And when you're changing your life, you're changing your whole family's life. You're raising them up as well. You're taking part in their well-being too.
That's right. Correct. Listen, guys, I hope this inspired you. It's a very different inspirational story to our usual business ones, but we just wanted to show you how much can transform in your personal life and how you can walk through life empowered and supported, even in the life's biggest challenges, where instead of surrendering and giving up, you're actually feeling empowered and you bust through things that are literally for most people impossible. So we hope that this motivates you. One of the things that comes to my mind as well is when your mind tells you not now, just pay attention to the success story, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen in our life. Frequently, when our clients come here and they have this thought, not now, it's actually the very time that they need to invest, and they find out later and they're very, very grateful. So just don't let your mind tell you not now, because that's actually a paradigm trying to stall and trying to push your goal away again and again. So the link is in the description. And we would love to see you on the other side and support you, just like we've supported Zeenat, so that you can show up here in her spot and share your success story very, very soon. Now, just 1 second, let me stop the recording.